Lancia Prisma, 831 1982–1986 Italdesign. The Lancia Prisma, Tipo 831, was a small family car built by Italian car manufacturer Lancia between 1982 and 1989. It was a saloon version of the first-generation Lancia Delta hatchback, and like the Delta it was designed by Giorgio Giugiaro. Like the Delta it was also available as a 4x4 integral version, although with a non-turbocharged engine and an air-locking rear differential. The Lancia Prisma was a 4-door, 5-seat saloon with steel unibody construction, front transverse-mounted engines in block with a trans-excellent all-independent suspension. Suspension consisted of McPherson struts with offset telescopic dampers and coil springs, and anti-roll bars on both axles. The front struts were located by a stamped steel control arm and one radius rod, the rear by two parallel transverse links, the rearmost one adjustable for tow regulation, attached to a crossmember and one trailing link. The task of transforming the Delta into a saloon car was given to its original designer Giorgio Giugiaro, who worked on the car between 1979 and 1980. The two cars share platform, including the 2,475 mm wheelbase, drivetrains, doors and windscreen. The Prisma became the most popular Lancia nearly immediately, with a daily production of 250. A cumulative production of 100,000 was reached in 1984. The Prisma was launched in late December 1982 and went on sale in Italy in early January 1983, while its European premiere was held at that year's Geneva Motor Show. The initial range was composed of 5 models, equivalent to that the freshly revised 1982 Delta. Prisma 1300 was powered by a 1301cc 78 PS engine mated to a 5-speed gearbox. A 1498cc 85 PS engine was available with the same gearbox on Prisma 1500, or with Lancia's own Veyron-built 3-speed automatic transmission on the Prisma 1500 Automatica. At the top of the range there was Prisma 1600, mounting the 1585cc 105 PS twin-cam engine from the Delta 1600 GT, with Marelli Digiplex ignition. Similarly to the Delta GT, the Prisma 1600 was also equipped with 4 disc brakes, a 5-speed gearbox with dedicated ratios and lower-profile tires on wider wheels. It also boasted the amplest standard equipment, Italdesign checkerboard wool cloth upholstery and some exclusive options, such as air conditioning. June 1984 marked the introduction of the Lancia Prisma diesel, the marque's first modern diesel-engined passenger car. The diesel was imperative, as more than a third of Italian sales in the Prisma's class were of diesel-powered cars. Its naturally aspirated 1929cc SOC 4-cylinder had an iron block, aluminium head and indirect injection. It put out 65 PS. The engine had been developed by Fiat, and was also installed in the Fiat Regatta DS, although the Fiat lacked some of Lancia's NVH improving solutions. The diesel engine was light, only weighing 11 kilograms, 24 pounds, more than the 1.6-liter petrol unit. All diesel Prismas sported a slightly domed hood, needed to clear the taller engine. Some updates were introduced with the diesel, including optional hydraulic power steering, redesigned seats, new striped cloth upholstery and a 4-spoke steering wheel. About a year later, in May 1985, the Prisma turbo diesel was added to the range. The 1.9-liter engine from the Prisma diesel received a KKK turbocharger with wastegate valve, an intercooler and an oil cooler. Its gearbox was the same ZF 5-speed unit used on the Delta HF Turbo. Power was 80 PS and torque 172 Nm, 17.5 kg/m. The turbo diesel Prisma adopted disc brakes, wheels and tires from the top of the range 1600 as well as similarly rich equipment, and added standard power steering.